and I'm a program advisor at Nyenrode Business University. I specialize in the full-time MSc program, but I will be, of course, telling you about other programs as well today. So let's start off. Nyenrode Business University. Nyenrode is a really unique university in the Netherlands that was founded in 1946 for business and by business. It was just after the Second World War that our economy had some hits, and we big companies in the Netherlands had an idea to create a business university, a private research university, what is the only one in the Netherlands still to this day, to boost our economy. And at this moment, we have two campuses, one in Breukelen that comes from Brooklyn in America, and we have one new campus in Amsterdam. As you can see, our campus in Breukelen has a really unique castle, and that's a bit of the thing that everybody knows Nyenrode of. And in Amsterdam, it's a really unique place in the city center. We have all programs related to business, but you can think about bachelor programs, master programs, MBA, executive education, finance and accounting, and keep it going. Well, where are we? Of course, we are located in the Netherlands, but where are our universities? Well, you can see at the left is zoomed in on the Netherlands, Amsterdam in the top. That's where our campus is in Amsterdam. So it's right in the heart of the city. It's a really amazing location at the Gracht. But where it started, it is in Breukelen, and that is between Utrecht and Amsterdam, two big cities in the Netherlands. It's a small village, and because it's in a small village, you will be living on campus. What I'll be showing you in a minute, because this is the best way I can show our campuses. It's through a short video.
My name is Bernard Ferreira from South Africa. I'm 25 years old, MSc 29. I just want to show you guys currently from the Nyenrode Castle here in Breukelen, which is obviously part of the big image of Nyenrode, and it's super cool for international students and everyone around. But there's not all Nyenrode campuses to offer, so come with me and let me show you campus life. As you can see now, we're here by the EQUIS, which is part of the NCV, which is a newer company from Fara, which is the Student Association of Nyenrode. So at the bottom we have many student events like Jazz Night, Transfer Dinner, etc., and all of the rest which you'll still learn about. And on the first floor we've got our Zolder Bar, which is one of two bars that we have on campus, and I'm currently now on the Middenpad, which you will find yourself walking along, not only for academic but also for social side. And right next to the EQUIS, we also have one of our two study centers on campus. So now we're here by the small nature reserve on Nyenrode campus, which is super cool for students who just feel like getting a break during their studies or going for a walk during the day. Especially for international students, you don't really see this often, and we're really privileged to have this, and yeah, it's a nice getaway just for the day. Now we're on the Nyenrode Estate Store, where we are walking next to the nature reserve, where we have hatches and a few nandus, which is super cool for the international students. Next to that, we've also got a rugby field, indoor sports hall, and a gym, which is super cool. Next to that, we've got our Mensa, which is the lunch and dinner facilities, where we have the NCV hosts the main table events, which is dinner and debates, which is really nice for students to get together in the evenings, and that is held on Mondays. And so after that, let me take you to the library and the Albert Heijn building. So we're on the Middenpad now, and to the right you can see the Plesman Hotel, which is one of two hotels on campus, where if you're an international, your parents are more than welcome to come stay here, and we have many externals and executive MBA programs that take place during the week, and most people make use of these facilities. We are currently at the Albert Heijn building, where you can mostly find reception, and most of your lectures will take place here, as well as program management can be found here, and your lecturers in case you need to contact them. And directly across the Albert Heijn building you get the library, where mostly after lectures you will come discuss things with your group, where you can find silent rooms to do your own study, or cubicles to also do your own study if you really want to focus for exams. Now we're at the beginning of the Middenpad, so whatever lies behind me is what I just told you, from the library, the Mensa, to the castle, to the nature reserve, and beyond this is where our daily lives take place, where the student lives, and where we all interact with one another. And let me show you around. We've come to the end of our Nyenrode campus tour that I gave you. Sorry that I couldn't give you the full campus tour, but hopefully when Corona's done and you guys have the opportunity to come to campus, you'll have a full experience of what it's really about, and I guarantee it'll not disappoint you. So thank you for watching, and yeah, good luck.
Thank you, Bernard. Always amazing to see our campus in Breukelen in the winter times. Let me tell you more about our location in Breukelen, the parts that Bernard, of course, already told, and some extra information. In Breukelen, you have a unique experience in the Netherlands because it's an on-campus experience, like you know from England and America, but this is not really common in the Netherlands. So this means that you don't only study on campus, you also live and socialize there. And it is only possible for our Master of Science in Management and Bachelor of Business Administration programs to live on campus. So those two programs would live there. Well, it's located between Amsterdam and Utrecht, like I told earlier, and it has a really unique 13th century castle and estate. Like Bernard told, you have numerous sport facilities on campus, so there is no reason to leave. We have a gym, we have a rugby field, you have numerous sport activities there, but also, of course, your social side of the campus is organized by the NCV. It's the student association that is on campus, and usually all of our students join the NCV, and yeah, they organize business events, but also, of course, socialize events like parties, etc. Living on campus will cost you between 300 and 600 euros a month. So regarding to Amsterdam houses, it's fairly cheap. Let me show you our campus in Amsterdam now, a short video to introduce our campus there, and that you can get an image of what it looks like.
So I have multiple reasons for choosing for Nyenrode Amsterdam. First of all, I just love that it is in the center of the city. It's so easy to go.
I chose to study at Nyenrode instead of other universities because I was really impressed by the atmosphere that Nyenrode had. I feel that Nyenrode empowers me and makes me feel trusted to make certain decisions.
There's so many startups, interesting businesses, and they're all just around the corner. So I think that makes the campus location in Amsterdam super special.
Specifically to the campus, I really enjoy the Biz Lounge because it's the main part where you have all the functions, so you make a lot of memories there.
I just really like the way that Nyenrode treats its students. And then another thing that makes Nyenrode really special is that it is so much based on the reality of the businesses. You don't just have to study from a book, it's really practical. So you have guest lectures from people who really have important functions in businesses.
Lecturers really try to engage students, and usually there's a lot of back and forth in lectures, very interactive, which really helps with the learning process. In Nyenrode Amsterdam, we have the incubator. Who want to start up a company can approach for aid and get an office space in the Amsterdam building. The ACV is our student association in Amsterdam, and we organize all sorts of events, ranging from formal business events to parties. Being on the board of the ACV, I've learned a lot of management skills that I otherwise would not have learned.
Yeah, I think the main focus of Nyenrode is really to be better as a person. That also includes in the core sports. And I think it really teaches you to be proactive and to work on yourself.
The atmosphere in Nyenrode is one that is very open, and it's safe to make mistakes. You are able to learn from your experiences and move forward from there.
Well, that's our location in Amsterdam, also really unique, but of course different than our location in Breukelen, because you won't be able to live here on campus. You will be living in the city and studying on campus. Still, the location in Amsterdam also has a student association called the JCV. They organize business-related events as well, and of course also social-related events. The only difference is, of course, that you won't be living on campus. Well, it's in the heart of the city center, like I said, and our full-time MBA, MSc in management, and our Bachelor in Business Administration are the programs that are given there. We have, like Jaden told us, the business incubator, what is a really unique thing about Amsterdam, because we have a lot of people starting at Nyenrode that have entrepreneurial goals. And the business incubator is a really nice way of them to learn more about what is possible and to help them start up their idea and their company. You have a lot of networking opportunities in the city of Amsterdam because you are surrounded by a lot of different companies. So ranging from startups to really big companies like Philips, KLM, Shell. You have a possibility to live on our international student campus close to Amsterdam. It's called Our Domain. It is hard to find a room in Amsterdam, especially if you're an international, but also if you're from the Netherlands. You have the possibility to live here, and with all facilities included, it will be approximately €1,000 a month. Well, what are the core values of the programs of Nyenrode? Well, those are leadership, entrepreneurship, and stewardship. What this means is that we don't only want to shape responsible leaders and entrepreneurs, we want to take the future generations into account as well. So these programs are embedded in all our programs. So especially if you think about coming to Nyenrode, think about these core values and what they mean to you. At Nyenrode, we have a really different kind of unique combination of how we fill in our programs. And that's not only a solid academic theory part. Because we're so close to business, we also think practical relevance is really important. So you will do a lot of actual business cases and be busy with what is happening in the world today. Next to that, we of course want you to grow as a person as well. That's why we have a personal development course through all our programs as well. This not only helps you develop as a person, but also makes you look at what you want to do when you're starting your career after your program. Well, let's start off with our first program, and that's the Bachelor in Business Administration. This is a full-time program that takes 3 years, that is focused, of course, on managerial economics and finance studies. It helps you focus on becoming a professional and also, of course, focus on personal development as well. It's one of those studies that lives in campus in Breukelen, or you can study in Amsterdam and not live on campus there. The fees for the first and the second year are €20,500, and fees for the third year are €21,000. In your third year, you will be studying abroad as well with one of our fellow universities in America, Asia, ranging all over the world. You have various scholarship possibilities. You have the Orange Tulip Scholarship, that is €18,600 for the entire 3 years, or you have a scholarship from the program that is €10,000 a year. Well, the start of the program, really important as well, is August 2022. Let's get on to our full-time MBA. Our full-time MBA is a 1-year full-time program at the core of Europe, based in Amsterdam. It is built up of 5 European immersion models. So that means that you will do 5 travels to different countries, different European cities to do a module there. But most of the program is in Amsterdam, of course. This program is only given in Amsterdam. And in Amsterdam, you have the Biz Lounge and the Incubator, of course, where there are a lot of events like Meet the CEO sessions that are organized. Lots of other different business kind of events. What is required to start for the full-time MBA? It is usually for a professional with a minimum of 3 years of working experience, and a cohort is around 40 students, including 15 to 20 nationalities. 88% of the people who finish our full-time MBA find a job within 3 months after graduation. So that is, of course, really a lot, a high percentage where we are really proud of. And 70% of the students that follow our full-time MBA stay in the Netherlands after graduation because they also have a goal or a dream to work in the Netherlands. The tuition fee for the full-time MBA is 29,500 euros, and flights, fees, and housing are not included by that. Start of the program is in September 2022. And last but not least, our full-time MSc in Management program. This is offered like the bachelor in Amsterdam and on campus in Breukelen. So you will be living on campus as well if you choose to go to Breukelen. This is a program that is for young professionals who usually just finish their bachelor's degree, but don't have more than 3 years of working experience. So you can come directly after your bachelor's or have some time between. But we tend to have a requirement that you don't have more than 3 years of working experience. How many internationals do we have? Usually 30% of the cohort is international, and this varies in 20 different nationalities. So it is a lot. But 70% of our program is still Dutch. The program takes 16 months. The pre-master is included in here, and that takes 4 months. And then it follows up with a master program of 12 months. In the master program of 12 months, you have the possibility to choose between 3 tracks. And that's our financial management track, our global business track, or our digital business and innovation track. This won't give you a different degree. You will be still getting a degree in management, of course, but you have a unique specialization embedded in the program. The fees of the program are 9,750 euros per semester. The program is 16 months and takes 3 semesters, so the total would be 29,250 euros. Also here, the scholarship possibilities are there. I'll talk about scholarships some more at the end, so let's leave it for that. Another important thing, of course, the start of the program is in August 2022. Well, here's some statistics about our programs, and this is about our full-time MSc in Management program. Here, of course, as well, you can see that 87% of our graduates also find a job here within 3 months, and you can see an average salary next to that. After graduation, you already make 36,000 euros a year. And you can see our top employers that are big banks in the Netherlands like ABN AMRO and ING, but also really big international companies like Heineken and Unilever. If you would like it, of course, you will receive the presentation afterwards. You can see these numbers for yourself. Let me talk about the admission process. Where it starts is submitting your application package. Your application package just is some information that you hand out to us so we can see if you meet all the requirements for starting one of our programs. So you can send in your CV. You also have a cover letter, and you fill in copies of diplomas, and of course you show us that your English is proficient enough. So by showing us an English proficiency test, that's a TOEFL, IELTS, or a Cambridge C1. Afterwards, you will be contacted by our admissions office, who will invite you for one of our selection days, and that's an LTP test. And that's like an in-house GMAT, how to call it. So it's an IQ test, and it follows up, if you did well, with a personal interview. Well, if you get accepted, we of course help you with the whole visa process, and we will arrange housing for you and help you with getting to the Netherlands, of course. When everything is done for step 1 to 3, you get your registration form, and you sign your registration form to reserve yourself a spot. Let's talk about the scholarships. This is for the full-time MSc. Our Orange Tulip Scholarship is for students with the nationalities South African, Russian, South Korean, and Indonesian. Sadly, no Taiwan this year, but we do have different scholarships coming from our program itself. We have always 10 scholarships of 9,700 euros available, so you can apply therefore. We also have a revolving scholarship, and then you will get 9,750 euros from a student in the past of our full-time MSc. So that's a Nyenrode alumni. and it's a bit of a give it forward kind of principle. So it's really unique as well because our Nyenrode family is really close. We have a network of 25,000 alumni that are really still actively busy with Nyenrode. Last but not least, you also have the GMAT Excellence. So with students with a GMAT score of 650 or higher, there are 2 scholarships available for 9,750 euros. Yeah, adding to that, it is not possible to combine scholarships. So it is only possible to get 1 scholarship of 9,750 euros. And next to that, that's it. Well, I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and I can imagine that you have different questions about any of our programs. So if you are still excited, please get in touch with us, and you can see for each program which email address you can use, or kindly add me on WeChat and ask me any questions.